bunch of exciting new concept art, behind-the-scenes photos, and information has been revealed for Dreamworld's Rivertown expansion, which is set to open in late 2024. I'm going to be breaking down all the recent news for the new Rivertown expansion, and offering my own thoughts and opinions, from how the area and attractions will turn out to possible future additions to Rivertown. I'll also talk about the overall impact on Australian theme parks of this new and exciting expansion. Spoiler alert, if it lives up to the hype, it might be massive. So, let's talk about Rivertown. The expansion was announced in 2023 and immediately generated a lot of hype in the theme park and coaster enthusiast community. Rivertown will be a complete overhaul and retheme of the previous ABC Kids area, featuring world-class immersive theming and new attractions. The first attractions announced for the Rivertown expansion are Murrissippi Motors, an upgraded and highly themed version of the classic iconic vintage cars ride, and Dreamworld's most significant investment to date, Jungle Rush, a $35 million family coaster manufactured by Vekoma. On February 7th, Blooloop.com published an article about Pico, the company in charge of designing, developing, and constructing the theming for the new Rivertown expansion. Reading the article took my excitement up to another level, and I'm looking forward to reading through and sharing my thoughts. Pico, a global leader in the planning, design, development, and construction of world-class themed attractions and entertainment, is busy working on an ancient temple filled with twisting tunnels, mysterious chambers, mystical artifacts, and exotic creatures in its state-of-the-art fabrication facility in the Vietnamese city of Hai Dong. The first thing that catches my attention is the description of the new coaster. I think what immediately sets this apart from other Australian attractions is the emphasis on theming, atmosphere, and story. I recently visited Hong Kong Disneyland, and I was blown away by the level of detail, love, and attention put into the theming and storytelling of each area and attraction. Theming and storytelling can elevate what may already be a good ride to something much more magical, memorable, and moving, no pun intended. A standout attraction for me was Mystic Manor. Walking through the park and turning around a corner and seeing the facade for the first time was a mind-blowing experience. Dreamworld recently released a rendering of the facade for Jungle Rush, which looks absolutely amazing. It immediately reminded me of Crash Bandicoot, a game I loved to play growing up. I love to explore the mysterious temples and locations in those games, and seeing this concept art made me so excited. It also kind of reminds me of a temple from Indiana Jones or something. I hope that the end result lives up to the concept art. Anyway, back to the article. More than 75 artists, sculptors, engineers, and production workers are manufacturing the temple, which will become the centerpiece of Jungle Rush, a brand new roller coaster coming to Australia's theme park Dreamworld in 2024. Pico director Darren McLean says the company is delivering a fully integrated solution to the theme park that includes all theming, show sets, and audio-visual effects. We've taken the concept and developed detailed designs through to fabrication drawings, and then, of course, the fabrication itself at our Vietnam facility. In addition to the physical theming and show sets, we're also developing a custom soundtrack and developing lighting, storytelling, and animatronics to deliver a seamless, integrated, and exhilarating experience. There's a lot of incredible rides and attractions in Australia at the moment, but I don't think there's currently anything with the amount of theming and storytelling being suggested. I love the fact that they're planning animatronics. I'm personally a huge fan of animatronics over using modern technology like screens or projections. The emphasis on lighting too implies to me that the ride will feature many indoor sections, which, if true, will be absolutely amazing. At $35 million, Jungle Rush is Dreamworld's largest investment in a single attraction, and the crowning jewel of Rivertown, the park's new immersive land. Billed as a family attraction, Jungle Rush is a switchback roller coaster, featuring the world's first inclined turntable, different track paths, and the ability to travel forward or in reverse. Okay, there's a lot to break down here. First of all, $35 million is a lot of money. I don't think you need me to tell you that. Secondly, they refer to Jungle Rush as a switchback roller coaster, something that Vekoma, the manufacturers themselves, have confirmed, featuring the world's first inclined turntable, different track paths, and the ability to travel forward or in reverse. This reminds me of another ride at Hong Kong Disneyland, Big Grizzly Mountain Runaway Mine Trains. This was my second favorite ride at the park. It was an incredible family coaster with a really unique layout. You start the ride forward, then reach a lift hill, drop back, enter a backward section, and then finish it off with a launch forward. The ride is also manufactured by Vekoma, and if Jungle Rush is anything like that, I might have a new favorite Australian ride. Pico Play is manufacturing 520 pre-cast glass reinforced concrete GRC panels in its Vietnam facility to build the centerpiece temple, and has sourced an ex-military dual-engine propeller plane to crash land into the theming. Now, I don't really know much about building or anything like that, but this does sound like a lot of construction is going on for the overall look and appearance of the ride, which makes it seem like the rendering could be accurate. Dreamworld also released some concept art recently for the Rivertown area, which shows the new Murrissippi Motors going around a crashed plane. This must be the plane that they mention in the article. In the background, you can also see the Jungle Rush track. This concept art immediately got my creative gears working, and I got so excited, realizing that there's a story for not only Jungle Rush itself, but presumably the area. Here's my theory. I think that in the story for Rivertown, the plane belongs to an explorer flying over the jungle, but he crashes. The explorer discovers a mysterious and ancient temple, Jungle Rush, which contains a magical power in the crystal which you can see above the entrance. Somehow, word gets out about the temple and its mysterious power. Explorers from all over travel to the jungle, where they discover many more treasures and artifacts in the area. Dreamworld recently replaced the iconic Madagascar displays, which spit water at guests, with these new characters. I think that these could be some of the explorer characters we might see in the Rivertown area. Maybe if Jungle Rush has different ride paths, these characters will feature in those different paths, making it an experience which is different each time. I think that some of my prediction could be accurate, but looking at the Dreamworld website, the characters don't explicitly seem to be explorers, although Kyle the crocodile looks to be dressed like one. We're working very closely with the local architect, engineer, and builder, and using detailed 3D modeling to ensure our prefabricated pieces sit perfectly into their major infrastructure works, adds McLean. We're developing an immersive experience that will take guests on a mysterious journey from the moment they enter the temple to when they exit the roller coaster. It sounds like the ride experience goes beyond the coaster itself and will expand beyond the coaster and into the queue as well as the surrounding area. We want to offer guests more than just a roller coaster ride. The experience is more than the ride itself. There's a story, there are characters, there's excitement, and there's anticipation and entertainment leading up to the ride. Because they mention characters, that's what makes me think they might use these new characters that Dreamworld has designed. It would make sense if they wanted to sell merchandise to integrate them into the park. Jungle Rush marks the 10th collaboration between Pico Play and Dreamworld, with past projects including the newly opened Ocean Parade expansion, Steel Taipan Rollercoaster, and the Sky Voyager Flying Theatre. The article also includes this behind-the-scenes picture of some of the artists working on the theming. It definitely looks impressive, and I can't wait to see an entire area or ride with this level of theming. There was also a recent press event where some more photos of the theming for the area were showed off, and on Pico Play's social media we can also see more photos. I noticed this crystal in one of the photos, which seems to be included in the Jungle Rush rendering. I think that the crystal will play a large role in the story of the ride and the area. It seems like it will light up and maybe have some type of magical power. I would love to see something like the projection mapping in Mystic Manor at Hong Kong Disneyland. Dreamworld CEO Greg Yong visited Pico Play's Haiduong facility in early 2024 and was impressed at the efficiency and skill of its workers, including a large team of experienced artists and sculptors. They've got a super talented group of people doing the work, and it was really great to see the artisans and thank them in person, says Yong. I walked out of that experience in Vietnam feeling 100% confident and really comfortable in how Pico Play was handling the project. Nominating Pico Play's global reach as a competitive advantage, Yong adds that the firm's Queensland presence also contributed to the enduring relationship between the two companies. They know the site and understand our vision with this project and how important the stakes are. This is not just another attraction, this is a meaningful part of Dreamworld's story and recovery. This is something really heartwarming to hear. I feel like Dreamworld's been going through a bit of an identity crisis, but over the past few years they've been breathing new life into the park, with refurbishments such as the new Kenny and Belinda's Dreamland, as well as new rides such as Steel Taipan, Sky Voyager, the Dreamworld Flyer, and the Big Red Boat Coaster. Yong explains that Jungle Rush is located in one of the park's foundation areas, and fittingly offers a nostalgic nod to Dreamworld's history. Jungle Rush is all about the theming. We're bringing back a lot of traditional effects that people may not have seen in the theme park for a long time. Technology is so pervasive now that we wanted something analog, something that is so completely immersive that you put your phone away and just get caught up in the quality of the narrative and the scale of the theming. The Rivertown project is the final piece in Dreamworld's $55 million capital investment, with approximately $35 million invested in the immersive Rivertown land. The project's construction and theming phase is set to create more than 1,000 jobs, with the precinct expected to open in late 2024. At the end of last year, Pico Play announced the appointment of Kate Rogers as Senior Art Director. Rogers has worked on some of the most innovative and beloved theme park attractions on the planet, including Universal Orlando Resort, Shanghai Disney Resort, Universal Beijing Resort, Hong Kong Disneyland, and Melbourne Zoo. That's also a really exciting snippet too. Having visited Hong Kong Disneyland and seen the amount of attention to detail, it's really exciting that Pico Play has someone like that on their team. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the article. There's definitely a lot to look forward to, and I'm sure there'll be lots more developments and exciting news coming in 2024. It's difficult to say what Dreamworld's next developments will be after Rivertown. I would personally love to see some more refurbishments or rethemes of some of the older rides at the park. I feel like Motorcoaster would really suit having a retheme to something in the style of Rivertown. I'm not sure how many people know this, but Rivertown was actually one of the areas that opened with Dreamworld originally. The area was the original home to the vintage cars, as well as a paddle wheeler which went around the Murrissippi River. This is something I would love to see return as well. Sorry to harp on about Hong Kong Disneyland, I'm sure you can tell I'm a huge fanboy. But another amazing ride I enjoyed there was the Jungle Cruise. I feel like something like this would be really cool at Dreamworld as well. Anyway, all we can do at this point is speculate, but the information has given me a lot of food for thought and has gotten my creative gears spinning, which is exactly what I want from a theme park. Overall, the impression I'm left with is something very positive. The management at Dreamworld seems to be completely on the right wavelength for what the park needs. Every time I visit, I'm impressed with how much progress they're making in such a short time. To me, this feels like a return to form for Dreamworld, which was once the ultimate family theme park in Australia, modeled after the iconic Disney style, with a unique Australian twist. I really admire and respect their efforts in shifting the identity of the park back towards its roots. So that brings us to the end of the video. What are your thoughts on all the information released? Are you excited for the new Rivertown area, Jungle Rush and Murrissippi Motors? I know I am. This is a bit of a different video for me. Those of you who watch my channel know that I don't really use my voice. I kind of prefer being behind the camera. But all this news got me so excited. I had so much to say. I had so many thoughts, I feel like I had to share them. What did you think of the video? Let me know in the comments. If you liked it, I might make more. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.